Yo, what's good? What's good with it? So the question is, why come God ain't just destroy the devil? Why he ain't just get rid of him soon as he got the tripping and got on all that? I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. I'm gonna be my own God. That's what it say. He said in the book of Isaiah, right? So why come God wasn't just like, oh word, zip, you out of here. Get this man up out of here, man. Get the, tell the other angels, get this man up out of here, man. Destroy this clown. Let's get this over with so that we can save ourselves from a whole lot of turmoil, right? Because that's the argument, is that if God would have just got rid of the devil, then we wouldn't have to be dealing with all of this stuff that we're dealing with now in the first place, right? So why come God ain't just destroying him? You feel me? So that's where people come from with that. And like I say, a lot of times most of these questions, they don't be thought out. They not really thought out. And it's just coming from an ignorant standpoint. So let's just think about it. First of all, for people who may not understand, let's go back. Before Satan was Satan, he was Lucifer. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to understand that he was created as an angel, not just an angel, but he was a cherubim, which is one of the highest form or highest ranking angels that God had in heaven. You understand that? So the scriptures go into a lot about him. Actually, it talks about how he was made, how he was created. You know what I'm saying? What he looked like. His body was made of instruments, not only instruments, but he was made out of crystals and diamonds and different stuff like that. So like he really radiated, you know what I'm saying, the glory and image of God through himself. You understand what I'm saying? And he was one of the angels that would be in close proximity to the throne of God. So you got to understand that he started to get uplifted in himself. You know what I'm saying? He started to get real prideful. He started to feel himself. And he like, man, I understand that that's God, that's the creator and that thing, but I'm something too. You feel me? Look at me. You know what I'm saying? And you can see, you know what I mean? I'm something special too. He started to go around and traffic himself to the other angels. You understand what I'm saying? He started to go around the kingdom and be like, like a politician selling himself. You understand? And not only that, but selling hatred and disdain for God. All right? So understand what's really taking place. You know what I'm saying? And he was persuasive. The scriptures say he persuaded 1/3 of the angels to go with him. Like, yeah, we're gonna do our own thing. You know what I'm saying? So God could have just destroyed him, right? That's how people feel. Why he didn't just get rid of him? Well, let's talk about that. Because let's say you were an angel, right? And God just destroyed you. You seen Satan. You was there, devil. Lucifer. Excuse me, saying all of this. And God was just like, splat, you out of there. Zip, he gone, he destroyed. How do you see that as an other angel, right? It's gonna cause you to kind of be like, oh, hold up, let me get my ducks in a row. Let me make sure that I'm straight and I ain't tweaking, because I ain't trying to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? I'ma just do what's right, stay in place. You know what I'm saying? Because God is something else. You know what I'm saying? God, he don't be playing no games. So I ain't trying to get zapped and be up out of here too, right? And so it creates a whole means of just, I'm gonna serve God out of fear type of thing. So we got to understand what's like the point of creation and what it is that God is trying to get in the first place. You know what I'm saying? When God created any of his creations that have life and that have breath, you understand what I'm saying? It was for different reasons and for different purposes. You understand what I mean? And it's to have a relationship, you know what I mean, with his creation, right? And in order for God to have an authentic relationship with us, right, then God has to give us the ability to make decisions. You understand? Other than that, we'd just be robots, pre-programmed, because a lot of people say that too. Why God ain't just make things, make everything the way that it should be. He created this. Why he ain't just make us good and this, that, and the other? Because you ain't a robot, and you should thank God for that. So God could have just pre-programmed us to be holy. I'm going to be holy. I'm going to love God. I'm going to serve him, right? And that might be what you think is, is ideal for creation, but that wasn't God's ideal perspective. God wanted individuals who would choose to love him, who would choose to serve him and to walk in his ways. You understand what I'm saying? And so, he wants for us to understand that he have our best interest at heart, and that any other way outside of that, because he's the creator, because he sets up the laws and the principles of creation, anything outside of that is what's going to lead to your destruction and going to lead to your death. So, number one, God wants for us to know that his way is the best way. You feel me? So for him to just get rid of the devil, he don't allow this whole thing to play out. You understand what I'm saying? He don't allow Satan to see the end result of his decisions and his consequences, and not just Satan, but us as well. You feel what I'm saying? Everything that we live in and experiencing right now, we're seeing the results of that rebellion. You feel me? So all of the sin and all of the pain and all of the sorrow and everything that you feel out of life, that all the things that you could point at and say, this is wrong and why is it this way? I don't like it that way. You're seeing the results of the revolt against God, the rebellion against God. You feel what I'm saying? And so, number one, he didn't get rid of Satan because he wants for us to understand that his way is the best way. And the only way for us to be able to understand that is for us to be able to have the ability to choose our own way or to choose his way. You understand? There's no such thing as life without love. And so, and love grants you the option. Love grants you the option. So God grants us the option to do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? And so Satan chose to do what he wanted to do. You feel me? So I'm going to let that thing play out. You understand? That's what this whole thing is about. A lot of people think like that this is it. You know what I'm saying? That's why they tell you to get it now. And you know what I'm saying? You only live once, live for now, and live all of that. They telling you that because they think that this is it. This is not the end of creation, should I say. God is still creating the world. Let me just put it to you like that. You understand? This experience is a part of the creation. We were created to go into eternity. You understand what I'm saying? So this right now is temporary. It's what we live in. This right here is the valley of decision for whether or not you want to step into eternity, because in eternity, it only exists the will of the Most High because he's the creator. You know what I'm saying? So you make a decision about whether or not you want that for yourself or not, or whether or not you are satisfied with what this world got to bring. You know what I'm saying? Whether or not you satisfied with your own way. You feel me? So that's what the decision is about. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the proving grounds. You know what I mean? So a lot of people trying to live their best life now and they don't understand that this right here is just the valley of decision. And it's time, and everything that you decide to do, you either choose life or death. God only set two options in front of us. He only set life and death in front of us. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't no other option, and it ain't no in between. Most of the things that you do on a daily basis, you know what I'm saying, whether you look at them as small or not, you understand, are decisions of life and death. You know, the food that you put in your body, the type of information and entertainment that you consume. All of those things are either prepping you and gearing you and molding you in the ways of life or in the ways of death. You feel me? And so let's go back again, right? Let's say, like I said, you was an angel, and you seen that Lucifer decide he gonna do what he gonna do, and God just destroyed him. You know what I'm saying? You kind of like, I ain't about to be that one, right? So now it creates the stage of just following God just off of the fact that you don't want to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? But the scriptures tell us that God is love. You know what I'm saying? And so God is more wise than us. The scriptures say that as far as the east is from the west, you know what I'm saying? The Lord's thoughts are higher than our thoughts. His ways are higher than our ways. So we a lot of times come with these questions because we're trying to understand stuff in our ways. We basing these questions off of our experiences and our conditions. I'm getting a phone call. But we basing this stuff off of our experiences and our conditions. You know, the environment that's around us, right? Most of y'all will say that you're a product of your environment, right? So whatever the environment made you, that's how you think and that's how you see things. And you trying to hold God to your understanding of the world based off of your experience. You understand? Not understanding and accepting the fact that the creator, if he's the creator, he would be all knowing. And so his decisions and the things he decided to do ain't gonna agree with necessarily what we think. So we might think he could have just got rid of the devil. But what would that have done? That would not have put the same things that people trying to come at the Most High for now. You know, they wanna make God out to be a tyrant. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, you'll turn around and say why he didn't do something tyrannical. You feel me? So a lot of that be hypocritical. You know what I'm saying? What would it have done? I'm gonna have to answer this in a minute. What would it have done? You know what I'm saying? But distorted the image of God. You feel me? And not allow for us to understand and see the error of our ways and what those things lead to. You know, so God knows what's best, man. And that's why we have to get in tune with and understand who he is and understand his character and understand why he does what he does. You feel me? And not just thinking that, you know, I would have did this if I was God. Yeah, that's why you ain't God. Because you would have destroyed your image. You would have destroyed your character. You would have, you know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't have prevented, you know what I'm saying, those things that would have took place. These things was going to take place. There have to be, you know what I'm saying, a rebellion. You feel me? To an extent, because you got the choice. We all have the ability to decide whether or not we're going to follow God or not. You feel me? So instead, God says, I'm just going to set a day for judgment. I'm going to set a time for when I'm going to deal with all of these different things. But I'm going to let people choose what they want to choose. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let people go in whatever direction that they believe is best. You feel me? But, you know, when after this week is up, because the Lord has set up humanity, you know what I'm saying, to go about for a week. But on the 7th day, the millennial reign that the scriptures speak about, God said, I'm going to set everything straight. I'm going to put all these things in order. But we're going to let people have their way. You feel me? So that's really what it is to it. You know what I'm saying? We got to stop thinking from our flesh and just, you know what I'm saying, and thinking about how to make things easier. Every answer ain't an easy answer. You know what I'm saying? In order to get to something, you got to go through something a lot of times, right? God put the signs in the seasons and in his creation, right? You can't get sunlight unless you go through the darkness. You understand what I'm saying? We have to go through in the wintertime, everything dies, right? Everything dies. It's cold. It's death. You know what I'm saying? It's all of this type of stuff. So, but in the spring, the seasons change. Things come back to life. Things are growing, right? Things become, you know, what they should be. Life again forms. So unfortunately, you know, we got to go through this. You know what I'm saying? What we living through in this world. But I understand that the sun does shine at the end, you know. But when the sun come out, a lot of y'all gonna be so used to and accustomed to the darkness that you ain't gonna be you ain't gonna be ready for the sun. You don't want you know how you don't want the party to end. You know what I'm saying? But the sun is like, listen, it's the next day, and what you got to do. Everything that matters again, that really matters now. Everything that had your attention and everything while you was in the dark. You know what I'm saying? It's time to leave all that alone. You know, I always say, like, we used to go to parties and stuff a lot. You know what I'm saying? At the end of that party, when them lights come on, now everybody can see what's going on. Everybody can see who you with. You can see what this person really looked like that you was dancing with. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even realize what was what. But now the lights is on. You feel me? And so the light is going to come on. Understand this. This don't last for forever. You know what I'm saying? So you got the opportunity, just like Lucifer do, to choose life or to choose death. Make a decision about what you gonna do. You feel me? We chose life, and that's what we gonna ride with over here. So all praise to the Most High, Yahuwah Elohim, by way of his only begotten Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, who the world knows as Jesus Christ.